Hey guys,
What up?
welcome back to our channel, Relation-ish.
Start over. I just sneezed like crazy.
Hi guys, welcome back to Relation-ish.
How y'all doing? Couples therapy.
Yes, I'm Caitlin.
This is Kadeem. Make
If
sure you
didn't know.
Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
My bad,
No, you got it. Go ahead.
Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for updates on our next videos.
If you're new to our channel and you're new to couples therapy, I'm gonna put a link to one of our better the submission video. Go check it out. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Go check out all our other content. We do reviews on baby stuff. We do reviews on
Parenting,
parenting, all kind of stuff. But
yeah,
y'all are here for couples therapy, so
we're excited.
What are we talking about today, Caitlin, in our therapy session?
Before we get into it, it's gonna be some sniffles.
You got the vid?
No, Sienna got me sick. She got you sick, but you don't sound like me.
Sienna's been sick for a couple days now.
Yeah, she has been sick, but she's sleeping, so she's not in this video.
For sure.
But anyway, if I'm a little nasally and sniffly, that's why. I need to stop looking at the TV.
You're a professional.
I know. Ooh. Okay, today's couple therapy is about a man controlling the thermostat in his house.
And before you Google it, nothing's gonna come up.
It's gonna show you men controlling the temperature,
actual temperature.
literally.
Now, I do believe to be compatible with somebody, y'all need to have the same feeling about temperature in your home, first of all. So
Yes.
if you like it cold and she likes it hot, it won't work.
It ain't gonna work.
Y'all both need to like it cold, y'all both need to like it hot, but that's not what we're talking about today. What we're talking about today is when the actual, emotional temperature of your house.
Yeah.
And men, my therapist told me this, but we do control the temperature in the house. Continue,
Yeah.
introduce.
Okay, so basically, we actually heard this phrase in our own therapy. We've mentioned this in several videos that our therapist completely quit on us.
She did.
But we're gonna get into that in a completely separate video one of these days. But she mentioned it to us, and then we also heard Dr. Nicole say it on the show, Put a Ring on It, on the OWN network.
Yep.
So when we heard it for the second time, we were like, okay, that's legit. What does that mean? And then we really started thinking about it, and we were like, that might be a good thing to talk about in couples therapy. And I thought, especially because now where a lot of women definitely have earned the right to say and do more.
Okay.
And so when it comes to all of this talk about relationships and how things should be, there's a lot of generalizations going on out there when people are talking women should be like this, men should be like this. So I don't want this to come across like a generalization, it has to be like this across the board, but this is just our opinion about this topic and how it relates to us in our relationship and what our temperature is like in our house and how that's ran. And then maybe you can look at it and look at how it pertains to you and your household.
So when you say control the thermostat in your house, what does that really mean?
Okay, so I think this is more of your thing, but I will just say for me, I think that when I hear that phrase, it's a situation can be hot, it can get spicy, it can, be tense. It can go to the left, it could be really hot, or it could be really cold. Now that could be really standoffish, little communication. I mean, cold could be like that, or cold could just be mellow. Hot could be spicy, as in get it popping.
Okay.
That type of energy. So I think it just depends on the situation.
So what you really mean is...
Because if you're talking about sex, then cold, you don't want it to be cold.
For a man to control the thermostat in his house, really it means, how do you react, right? How do you react to when she asks you that dumbass question?
Why it gotta be a dumbass
Sometimes
question?
they be dumb questions, or any scenario like that. I don't have an example because we haven't really dealt with a lot of that lately. Like, my examples be real. They don't be fake.
You have one in mind?
No, I don't.
I was about to say.
I mean, the last time we got into a real argument, it's been a minute.
I'm really proud to say
it's been peaceful in here. I ain't gonna hold you. But the last time, my reaction is what controls the temperature.
on my birthday. Now, Kadeem.
All right, so look.
We can use that.
So yeah, I don't even remember what the argument started about, but
I
my reaction, basically your reaction, fellas, sets the tempo for how that argument is gonna go and how it's gonna affect the atmosphere in your home, right? So sometimes, and it's easier said than done, right? Sometimes she's gonna say something to you that you're gonna hear and you're like, oh hell no. And you're gonna wanna go at it, but just know you're turning the temp up. Because most women aren't gonna just sit there and let you go at it. They're gonna go at it with you. So now, from it going from, let's use actual temperatures.
Okay.
It'd be cold in our house, so 69, 70.
68, 69 is where it be
But
at.
if it's 74, oh no, it's burning up in here. We done turned up to 77 because of how I reacted to said situation.
And I do feed off of his energy when it comes to that stuff because I do want a certain reaction from him, obviously, but if he's going up, then I'm going up. But I think I've learned over time that me going up with you only makes things go like straight to hell. Like, I can only go up so far.
It's probably more my fault because I think I'm like a certifiable alpha. I'm not looking to back down when we get into no tense situation. I'm trying to go.
Like, he don't care that it's me.
It don't matter who. I'm trying to win. I'm a winner. I'm trying to win. And that's not always good. So managing, for real, look, we're having therapy.
I know, I'm agreeing with
you. Managing your emotions, right?
Yes.
So for me, managing how I feel about whatever she said or did or is accusing me of or is questioning me about, whatever it could be, because those are the things that really are going to start
set you up.
to pick me, get me to go to that level. So if she's questioning me, I know I've been doing that, and I'm like, my reaction is what turns the thermostat up. Now, I think there's a two-way street in that sometimes
the delivery,
but some of the questions, come on, man. If you ask yourself this out loud 4 times, you can answer your questions yourself. You don't have to ask me that. But it happens, right?
Sometimes it's the confirmation or the reassurance, so you know that's the truth.
I get that that's the truth, but for me, I don't need that kind of stuff. So for me, I'd be like, that's dumb. I know I shouldn't say that, but I'd be like, yo, that's dumb. I'm not rolling. I'm not adding to that. But managing my own emotions, fellas, managing your emotions and how you deal with that situation definitely can keep it cooler in your crib. If you like a cool crib. I prefer my house to be cool, so I'd rather me manage my emotions in the way that if she says something to me that I didn't like or she asked me a question and I'm like, yo, that's dumb. If I react to it in a different way, we can go through it without it even being a real argument.
Right.
Next, I would say, and this list.
Oh wait, hold on. I have something for that.
Go ahead.
So you just gave an example where when I was saying like on my birthday, we're not gonna get into it.
That's for another
therapy
session.
Like a private therapy session. That was so bad.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. We might talk about it later.
Yeah. But I'm saying because that was a time where I don't think that it happened properly.
No.
A time where you did actually was the other day, like when I had my test. And then like you felt a ways about how I was like acting and stuff like that. And then like you text me, but you said how you felt. You were very clear. You were very direct, but it was like thorough. Like I got it and I understood it. And then it was like, okay, that was a time where there was.
We had.
Yeah. So I think that was a time where, you guys don't know what we're talking about, but basically Kadeem, when I say something that upsets him or irritates him or that doesn't quite come out right on my part, Kadeem just goes up. Like there's no other There's no other
That makes
way.
me
He
sound-
doesn't really.
I don't just go up.
But you'll like sit there and then you'll just like get upset. Like there's really no like conversation about it. There's no like, let me understand what you're talking about, or like, where is this coming from? That doesn't really happen before you be like, yo, and then I'm like, who the? That's what happened.
Nah. See,
That's what used to happen a lot. We haven't really done that, like he said. But we pointed out a time where you did it and it didn't go well, and then I'm just pointing out a time where recently it could have been like that, but it didn't. Like you did it
so different in
a
life
good job.
that when we're talking, it's almost like we're talking two different languages. Cut that out. But seriously though, like we don't speak the same language in a lot of terms and stuff. So for real, like that instance she's talking about, I don't even know. We were talking about something, but we weren't talking about it in the same way. So I had to like text her to explain what I was saying and how I was saying it. Oh no, I remember exactly what it was. It was the other day. So I'm charging the Taycan, electric Porsche stuff, never mind that. But I'm charging the Taycan, I'm at the mall just chilling, and she has a test, but our daughter has to leave daycare. I'm trying to be super supportive, so I'm like, whatever's easiest for you, you let me know, and I will do that. If I have to come to you to get her, if you want me to meet you at the house, if you want to meet me here, whatever's easiest for you. So then she says, and this is way off subject, but then she says, what did you say? You was like, well,
I said it was easier for me to bring her to you, but you
Yeah.
had mentioned going home, so I was like, I will do that too.
And now this is the first thing
But it didn't make sense for me to do it.
it never made sense. But this is the thing. On the first initial phone call, she asked me if I had the car seat in the car already. I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, are you gonna bring her to me or you want me to meet you home? Because whatever's easiest for you, I'll do it. And there was like a back and forth about that. And I'm like, bro, what's the back and forth for? If it's easiest for you, if you needed me to drive all the way to the ocean front and pick her up at the gate, I would have did it. But it's like, why are we having all this conversation? Bring her to me. I told you I had the car seat. So I'm like, why am I talking back and forth about something we already discussed? But those are the type of conversations that can go from either 0 to 50 or 1,000.
Usually they used to every single
That
thing like
kind
that
of conversation
went
for
to
us
1,000.
would go to 1,000. So that's an example of just like me trying to, I was just like, yeah, I'm trying to be supportive. And I was like, on the phone, I just felt like she didn't understand, like, yo, whatever you need me to do, I'll do it. Like, you have a test, she's getting her real estate license. So I'm like, yo, go take your test. What do you need me to do? Do you need me to come get her? Do you want me to meet you? Whatever's easiest for you. And it just was like too much back and forth for me after that. That was the part that was irritating.
Right, and I was irritated because I had already said like what was easiest for me, but then when you mentioned home, I'm like, all right, whatever's best for you, I'll just do it as long as I get there on time. But then in your message, you were saying like, okay, like I'm a team player, like
I am.
Basically like stop acting like I'm not.
Contradictory to what people
know
say.
that I'm not like, you know that I'm not like that. Like I'm 100% for what you're doing. Like just let it be easy. Just bring her to me where I'm at, and just like you're being a little too accommodating on something like this is about you right now. Like I'm here for you, and that is really what 9 times out of 10 when it goes to the left, it's about something as simple as this incident that we just
for
explained.
sure.
And so it's just like that is literally like all like that was it.
And that's a key example too. So like my reaction to that type of situation dictated the outcome, right?
Right.
Like, I could have flew off the handle.
Like normal.
No, see, man, you got them thinking I'm crazy. I could have flew off the handle like normal, because sometimes
It's frustrating, I get
it's
it.
my reaction, and then she talks slick, and I'm like, bro, you can't out slick talk me. You're not gonna bully me. I'm not these dudes in the army. I'm not with whatever you talking about. So we get to that point because of my reaction.
Yeah.
So in that instance, what I did was I was just like, hey, I'm not going to
He
go
did
for
not
that.
choose violence.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna relax. So I relaxed, and it helped us ultimately. And I just said it, text her to explain to her like, yo, I'm here to help you out. What do you need me to help you out with? What do you want me to do? How do you want me to do it? It doesn't matter. I'm accommodating too. Obviously, I want you to support me in all the things I do, but sometimes I'm gonna have to support you too. So, boom, what's easiest for you?
And I think my whole thing was it's been so many times where I've been told like I was being selfish. And so I didn't, even though it was about me, I I still wanted to try to make sure that he was good because he still has a lot of stuff he needed to do, and he was a little behind on it at the time. So I was trying to be accommodating, but I mean, I got it, but I just appreciated the way that you handled it. And because you handled it like that, I was able to not like relax on my drive there to my test and not be flustered and not be irritated and frustrated and all of that stuff. So it really did help. But because we highlighted an example where you didn't do it well, I wanted to go into a time where you did do it, like where it actually like worked, because we don't really have as many examples of that. That's not 100% your fault.
No, it's not.
It's definitely not. And that's something else, is like how much of that is really on you, because that's really like a lot of responsibility for.
I think, and it takes self-control. Hold on before we go. And that's one of the things too, though. It takes like self-control on both people's part to get to that equilibrium on temperature.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna say things that trigger you.
For sure.
You're gonna say things that trigger me.
Absolutely.
But how we react to those things, and fellas, like I was saying, it's up to you to make sure the reaction isn't 10x what it should be. But, what?
No, I was just gonna say, I feel like this really only works with a woman that really does respect you and have that mindset of a man leads and I follow.
Well, you shouldn't be in a relationship with someone who doesn't respect you.
Well, okay, that too, but I mean, you know, it happens every day.
Yeah, but we're not talking about those people.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't see how it could work in a situation like that, or where they don't believe like that one leads and one follows. Because then she won't be feeding off of you, she'll still be doing her own thing.
And that's a different session for when we get back on submission. We're gonna do that again for y'all, but
yeah, we got part 2 on the docket.
But no, like I have to control my emotions. I have to have self-control in how I react. I have to be present, right? Caitlin swears I'll be ready to leave my family after every argument.
Yeah,
it's about being present, right? Caitlin thinks I'm about to leave my family every time we get into a dispute.
Because what do?
Find some place to go be zen at.
For how long?
I don't know. So it'd be different. Don't look at me like that.
Find some place to be zen at for days at a time. I think anybody watching this would be like,
It don't be days.
Kidding.
That's not a good play, but it don't be days. Anyway. Even her thing on here doesn't, it said, her own note says, being present. Don't have to physically be present.
Because I understand that you don't like do well, and like if you're still here and there's tension, like I get that you have to go to like cool off. Like I get the cool off thing. I just think that there's a time, an appropriate time for it. And I think that there's an appropriate way to do it. Like, look, I'm gonna go drive around to cool off, or I'm gonna go to the studio. I'll be back later and we could talk about it. But you come back and we don't talk about it. And sometimes it be days.
Sometimes
that's not cool.
It be days. So what does it look like when a man isn't controlling the thermostat at home? And the second question that's not on there, what kind of man does it take to control the thermostat? Because, like to your point, everybody not following everybody.
Right, I think it only will work if...
It might be her thermostat.
It might be.
For real.
It might be her thermostat, and that's okay. I think whatever dynamic works for that specific relationship, I don't want to just like make it seem like this is the only way that it can be. And that's really coming off from some of the feedback we've gotten from some of our other videos. Like, there is no one set way to have a relationship, to run your house. Like, you do whatever works for you. This is something that works for us. And just recently, after 2 years, we noticed like, oh shit, it works. You know what I mean? Like, if you really have self-control as a man, if you really understand what it is that your woman needs from you and she wants from you, you really can control the way that every single situation goes. The outcome is on you and your reaction and how you like how you move. Like she'll move off of that.
If she's already following you, I agree.
Right.
If she's paying attention to you enough to like follow your lead, then I agree. She'll walk in step with you. But if she driving a car, she gonna be like, don't touch my AC, bro.
Yeah, I think if this was a year ago and you know what I mean, we had that same interaction, it would have went to the left, and I would have went to my test pissed off, and I would have came out and cussed you out about it, and we would have still been fussing.
See what I'm saying? And this is,
I said a year ago.
listen. But see, this is the stuff that they don't talk about in therapy. They say
The
a man can control the thermostat, but they don't really get into how. That's another session. For
What?
They just don't get
Just
into how
touch on
like.
it.
No, I'm just saying like. I'm the same. I'm not really no different for real from a year ago, but I think I've proven so much to Caitlin as a head of household that now she's like, oh shit, I can't follow this dude. But it take a long time to get there. It ain't something that women aren't just doing that.
No.
And then most men don't see the point. Like most men are getting what they want from women
Without doing
having to-
anything.
Exactly. So why would anybody do what I'm doing? To me, they might be like, oh, he a sucker. He buying this, he doing that, he taking care of this, he doing whatever.
No.
I might be the sucker in the situation. We don't know.
No.
I'm not, but
If he was a sucker, there would be no reason for me to follow him because I would be getting what I'm getting regardless of having to put in work for myself to better myself for
Maybe that's
myself
true.
and for the relationship. Like I've put in so much. I've watched our old relationship videos and I'm like, I was tripping on some of the stuff that I was
You was
saying.
tripping.
So that takes a lot of work to like be in a situation and then turn around and look at yourself and be like, yo, I was 100% wrong, and talk about that with myself, like, or with a therapist or with somebody else, a neutral third party, not to just come at you and be like, hey, this is what you did wrong. Like, you need to know what you did wrong or you're going to keep doing it.
yeah. Well,
So,
leave some comments, guys. What do you think about a man controlling the temperature in his house? I'm sorry, camera 3 went down.
Kadim's close up.
It's cool. Nobody wants to see my closer for real. It's all about Caitlin. She's the star. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, and leave comments, general feedback. We love to hear from y'all. So thank you ahead of time. And fellas, get her to follow you and keep the temperature low in there.
Keep it what?
Keep the temperature low.
Unless
Unless what?
you want it to get spicy.
I don't care about all that. I like peace. I don't want to have to be arguing.
Talking
with nobody.
about sex. What is
But that's
wrong
not what
with
this
you?
video is about. Do y'all want us to talk about sex on this channel too? Leave some comments in the joint, man. I could help y'all out.
No,
with
now
that
you
too.
got me sounding like a freaking.
I'm talking about the arguments, hot and cold. Argument
Well,
is
I'm
crazy.
just saying. Well, I mentioned it in the beginning. Like it could be, like hot might be a good thing depending on the situation. It doesn't
Arguing
always have to
to
be
make up
arguing.
is toxic. Don't do it. Caitlin used to want to do that shit all the time. Like,
That is not.
let's argue and then make up and then do that.
No, I'm just saying if we're gonna
No,
argue
I'm
the
not
way we
that
was
mad.
arguing, at least have makeup sex.
Yeah,
so there's
but
something
I'm not that type
after.
of mad. If I get
Jesus.
mad, I don't want nothing. I'm mad. I don't want nothing to do with
Yeah,
you.
but then I started detaching like slowly over time. Like no, like give me something. If you're not gonna be nice, you gotta give me something.
We'll do a video on makeup, sex, and how toxic that is anyway later. It is. But thank you for the view. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit the bell.
Yes.
Go check out some of our other videos. Submission, stroller video should be up now. We appreciate you guys. Thank you.